to another episode of Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mao podcast. I'm so grateful you're here with me today. And I have a special guest joining us today, Gresson Peiffer, a gifted medium who works deeply with energy and spirit. So in this conversation, we're diving into what energy truly is, how she unlocked her gift of mediumship, and then we'll talk about tips and tools on what she does to unlock that and to keep her mediumship high vibration energy going so she can tap into her gift. So let's tap into it. Say hi to Gresson.
Yes, let's go. Hello, everybody.
Thank you for being here. I'm so excited. So let's start talking about.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So let's talk about your story and
Yeah,
your gift actually started. Was it through childhood and then you slowly figured it out, or yeah, what was that journey like?
I don't know. I don't actually know. It's hard to talk about this because I'm still getting used to it. It's like, yeah, new world opening up, and yeah, I'm excited to dive right into it. But let me just give a little bit background about myself. I am Gresson, living in Belgium, having half Filipino roots because I have a Filipino mom, and I have a Belgian dad. So yeah, I'm half. I'm mixed.
Nice.
At first, I thought it was a curse because do I belong to that country or do I belong to the other one? But I feel like I'm stuck between both of them. And it has been crazy, you tell me, because I grew up, I was like a talkative child. Maybe I talked too much, I opened too soon, said too much. And my dad always was like angry at me. I didn't understand at first. I thought it was me. So I did myself a little bit. You know what I mean? Silent, and then I learned how to silence myself. I stayed silent. I adjusted myself to people. Yeah, maybe the people pleasing behavior, being the good girl.
It happens to us a lot.
And like holding me back because I was drawing outside the lines. I had a development problem. I was a little bit behind, and he was angry for. I thought he was angry about that, and I thought I was like too much, but actually I was making assumptions in my head. You know how that goes. When the mind comes in, we make assumptions. We don't even dare to ask. We just think we're telling ourselves the truth, and we hold ourselves back. That's how that goes. And that has been a repetitive pattern that God is releasing itself right now because I am doing the inner work. I'm gonna talk about later how important that is, doing the inner work since like 2019, I feel. However, the roots, my Filipino roots, haven't been. Yeah, it's hard because as a child you go there. I went there 3 times, but I didn't have the awareness because I was still little. I didn't have the awareness. Yeah, my mom raised me Filipino culture, but I didn't touch. I didn't have the tangible energy. I didn't connect with the energy. And when I went there 2014, I was like, "What happened?" I went back. I went there for vacation 3 weeks. Then I went back to Belgium, and I was like, "Oh my god, my body was completely disoriented."
Really?
I was not depressed. I was just feeling sad, and I suppressed it again. You know that's what I learned.
Yeah, suppressing.
That's what I learned. And then 2016 I went back, 2017, 2018, and then 2019 kaboom. Was I was wanting to share about my trip, but somebody ignored it. Didn't think it was important. You know why? Because I didn't know myself that it was important to me. And I was self-abandoning myself, rejecting myself. And you start that first, so you give somebody else a chance to do the same. It
Yeah.
starts with you.
Mhm.
And now I'm still healing after that, because I went back like 3 times after that. But still, it's still, how you call it? There's still a recalibration going. It's not all at once. The healing is not linear. It's like going ebb and flow. But
Yeah.
now I feel like I'm starting to come home within myself. I'm starting to accept that side a little bit more, because I'm more aware now. You also know that the body needs catching up. You may have the awareness here, but the body still is releasing the trauma and the pain
So,
from
yeah,
the past.
I guess what you're trying to express with your story is you're still doing growth. So that has
Yeah.
helped you with your mediumship, and
Yes.
that's where your mediumship.
Is developing, yeah, in clearing my blocks.
Mm. Wait, so as a kid though, were you able to see ghosts or like tap into?
No. Yeah. Oh, no. Wait. Yes. I saw my grandfather.
Okay, so you had this ability as a child, but then everything when you grew up, you suppressed. Then you study, which
He
is
was sitting right there on my bed,
yeah,
like a silhouette, in the form of a body. In the form of an essence, energy.
yeah.
And I was so scared. I turned around on my pillow. I wanted to know am I awake or not. I
Mhm.
turned back. And I was, oh no, he's still there. And I didn't dare to go to my parents, because then I needed to pause him, right? I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's in doing the inner work, because we all know the low vibrational stuff, low vibrational energy, the anger, the jealousy, the sadness, the fears, you name it, the ego. It's all in our way, even being in our head. We
Yeah,
don't know, we aren't even aware of it that we're in our head.
yeah,
And we need to try to feel more. We need to like connect with ourselves. But we're all afraid of our feelings, because when our feelings come up, it's painful. But let me tell you, the life that you want is beyond that. You cannot go around it, because you're getting in circles. You're like you stay stuck.
yeah,
You stay stuck, and then you're wondering why you're stuck. Yeah, you're stuck because you're afraid to feel, to get in touch with your emotions. You're afraid to be authentic, speaking your truth. But ironically, it's when you start doing that, then your soul trap shows up. It's in daring to reveal yourself, you know?
yeah,
And it's in, yeah, you keep evolving. You keep evolving, and it's natural that people that don't share the same vibration with you, they fall off, because they have their own pace, and that's okay. They have their own pace of growth, and maybe you're meant to separate for a while, because if you don't, then they're blocking your growth.
yeah,
They're standing in your way. So what I'm saying is, let go of the attachment. Trust that they will, if they're meant to, they will show up again. They
Sure.
will show up again later. They will, yeah. And if they're not, then they were meant for you. They were just like a lesson, like a mirror
Mhm.
to learn from.
Yeah. And when you say mirror, I just want the listeners to know mirror is
Mm-hmm.
that person will reflect something back to you. That's why they need
Yeah,
you, right? And so I just want to make
exactly.
so if you're triggered by something from that person, that's teaching you something. That
Yeah,
person's bringing you lots of joy or a positive feeling or
yeah,
emotion. That's what they're
yeah,
mirroring back to you, right? So
Exactly.
It's a life lesson or a lesson of some sort.
Yeah.
And everything really is about your perception, about your reality,
Yeah.
how you process things. So your self-love journey has brought you to more
Yes.
awareness, which is amazing, into your
Yeah.
powers again of mediumship. So let's go through some tips and tools
Yeah.
that you do for yourself that has helped you.
Oh. Meditation. I started with meditation, the inner child,
Mhm.
because it's like we can be our own parents. We just have to give our inner child what it needed when we were little that we didn't got,
Mhm.
and when you do that, then you're getting into your healing. And I'm not saying it's like linear, like I said before. No, it's ebb and flow, because even now some intense things still come up. No intense emotions that I thought that I had worked through, all of a sudden, knock knock, knocking the door. But now I'm more balanced, I'm more stable. I feel like I'm able to hold myself a little bit more. Yeah, it's like it's important for me to know that, because I feel like not a lot of people can handle me, my energy. Either they get triggered because I reflect something back to them that they aren't ready to face,
Mhm.
and then they run. But what I want listeners to know is they're not running from you. They're actually running from themselves.
Yeah.
And when you are emotional mature, then you know that it's not personal, because there's something that they have experienced that's coming up, and maybe that they're not aware of it. They don't know how to deal with that. So what we're actually doing well, I was there too, sometimes blaming others.
Yeah.
But actually it's you that's manifesting, that has manifested that situation with your energy.
Okay. So say something or somebody says something and brings you their negative energy that you didn't even expect or want.
Yeah.
So you just let them be and you're just like, okay,
Yeah.
reflecting something. So how do you move on from it? You just forget about it or
I'm asking spirit
okay.
to help me when I'm ready. I'm always asking, like, spirit, can you show me what I have to learn here? Only when I'm ready to receive it. Because if I'm not ready yet, then it means that I still need to heal something, because that's in the way of receiving that truth. And then sometimes I also listen to energy frequency. I don't know if you heard about that. 528, the hertz, the self love. The 963 is for your crown chakra, because we all have energy bodies within our systems. The chakra system that is, yeah, governing our energy. And when we don't release something in one of them, we get like headaches, stomach aches. And I've discovered for myself, it depends. You have to use your discernment, but for me, it's like 70% it's emotional,
Yeah.
because I have been suppressing my emotions a lot. Don't ask me how I did that, but I was really discarding them, acting like they didn't exist.
Yeah. So what
And
happened?
how can you expect someone else to be there for you when you're not even showing up for yourself, right?
Yeah, it's true.
So now I'm showing up for myself, and I'm getting a total different reality. It's changing in small steps.
Yeah.
But I'm really happy with that. Getting myself out of a stuckness. I'm getting into mediumship. Yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah. So what happens when you're doing mediumship? Do you have to do like a routine to tap in or you're still
It's funny. It's funny because actually no. Ever since I got introduced to energy frequency, it seems like it comes to me naturally. I just every morning when I go to work or I wake up, I put some frequency on, I am sure I'm connecting to it through that music. Because what happens is every day I'm clearing, I'm being guided to the right music that I need at that time. And after a week, I sense, oh, I'm not in that pattern anymore. I didn't do this A, B, or C. I didn't do that anymore. And then you feel your vibration is getting higher, your energy, you're less tired, you're less this or you're less that. It depends. And then you realize, oh, it's gone. So it's not only listening to the music offers you downloads, but how do we explain to the listeners downloads? It's like insights, awareness, consciousness. Your consciousness is expanding, you know?
Yeah.
And all through that music, I was like, are you kidding me? I wish I knew about this sooner, but yeah, okay, I'm 33 soon enough, right?
That's younger than a lot of other people. Some people are still discovering themselves at a later age.
Yeah. But actually I'm blessed. I'm grateful that experiencing this journey in full consciousness, because there's people that go through this aren't aware that what's happening, right? They just go through it. But me, I'm just happy that I'm aware of it, because then I can have that review, like, oh yeah, AYZ happened, and this is why. And that's all through that music that I'm getting.
Yeah.
And now I'm making those healing tracks myself in cooperation with somebody self-healing collective. She's making the music. She's tuning the music actually, for my healing, and we're in alignments. It really surprises me. I was like, record how do you call it? I was picking two tracks on the website, track 3 and 4, and I was like, am I going too fast? No, because that's my pace. That's my own pace. I don't even have to share it yet. It's for myself. It's for my own healing, because the full moon is coming, right? 6 October. And then I'm going to be on that roller coaster ride again. But now I have the experience. I can cope with it. I know exactly what to do. I have crystals that can assist me. I have all of the tools, and I'm like, what? Sometimes I just wake up and I still wonder, how on earth did I end up on this journey? Yeah, I still am like, yeah.
We all
It's crazy.
Yeah, we all have those things or our journey where it leads us into our higher
Yeah.
purpose or soul calling, right? And yours was through your journey of self-discovering, which was
Yeah.
going back to the Philippines, and then you're going to go again soon, which is exciting.
Yeah. And then I feel like, you know what I'm feeling? My soul is already there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, yeah, she's already there, but now I'm also feeling that internal, like I told you before, like previously, that like we just started. It's like that inner turmoil. My internal self knows what's coming, and now it's aligning every version of me that has been there is now aligning, and I feel like, yeah, the prices went lower 9 September. I've been 9 times there, and I'm leaving on the 9th of March. You see the pattern? 999.
Yeah, whoa.
And what is about the 999 for people who don't know? It's I'm nearing completion, because completion is a 10.
Mhm.
So now the heaviness, the intenseness, I have to surrender, because if I'm missing something, if I suppress something again, then it will take me longer to get there. And that's fine. That's completely fine. I have to do it on my own pace. But I want to rather face it all. I want to be in the turmoil. I just want to feel all of it now, to get through it once and for all.
Yeah. And what are you getting through
It's
once
taking me a lot.
fear? Or what is that? Get rid of all of it once and for all. What are you trying to get rid of? Is it the fears or what is it? The lessons that you're trying to
No, not the lessons. I just wanna, again, maybe there's nothing to get rid of. It's getting into that acceptance. It's getting into acceptance that my inner child is Filipino. And that I feel 80-70% Filipino rather than Belgian, even though I'm born Belgian. If you know what I mean.
Yes, I do. Makes sense.
And it's also about accepting, yeah, okay, I already said accepting that, but it's opening up about it without needing any validation.
Yes.
Speaking my truth without expecting something in return, allowing it to flow. Because when I do, everything will align and fall automatically into place. You see, I know it already. I know it, but the energy is still catching up. And I have to allow it to catch up.
So the energy does take a while for physical form. Even
Yeah.
there in your
Yeah. Yeah, I know. And sometimes it's just hard because you want it so badly.
Yeah.
So you want it so badly, and you know why you're stuck. You know it, but you still fall into the same tracks because of the ego, the mind.
Yeah.
Like the mind says, "Oh, they're gonna reject you again," right? The mind says, "Oh yeah, they're gonna abandon you. They're not gonna understand you. They're not gonna be happy for you." That's that inner voice.
It's crazy. I'm just like thinking of a scenario. You know, a lot of us why visualization is a powerful tool, by the way. So
Yeah.
when you're visualizing, it's already happening in a different dimension. That's why you can see it. That's why you can picture
Yeah.
it. There's so many dimensions
Yeah.
that we're just in this reality. So it might be hard for listeners to understand that, but there's another reality that's already happening. So
Yeah.
right? And so we're in this reality, and like you said, we're waiting for that reality to catch up in this reality because our
Align. Yeah.
line, yeah, our energy is
Yeah.
like lower. So we're learning the lessons to get there. But it is already there. We're just not patient enough, or
Yeah. Exactly.
right, like we're not
Yeah.
just doing what we need to do and just trusting that it will happen. We're just like, it's not
Yeah.
happening now. And then our ego mind like, yeah, it's because of this and that, because you're crazy. You know, like making all these excuses in your head, and you're just like, you get so overwhelmed and like yourself out from the truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you live in fear and then doubt, and then you lack self-love, you lack the confidence.
Yeah. And then you suppress it again. That's the reason why we do it.
Yeah. It's exhausting. See, it's like way of that. But it's, how do you keep on going? And then this is why consistency is so important. Even when you want to do it,
and stay in the fields.
Mm.
Stay in the fields. Learn to stay within yourself. Even when it's too intense, you think other people can handle it. Stay.
Yeah.
Breathe through it. Relax.
Yeah, it's true. And it's funny because how we met was through a spiritual community, and we got aligned, and I truly believe we met in divine timing because you said you're elevating yourself and learning all this self-love, doing all of that. I'm the same way. And so this is why our paths have crossed.
Yes.
So there's never just a coincidence. There's always a reason for something, even if you don't see it. And even if it's a lesson or a bad
see it, ask. Always ask. You never know if you don't ask.
True. Right? Oh, I never asked. Right. I just know like I'll figure out what the lesson is at a later time. But I forget that we can ask right now.
Yeah.
It's a good tip. I love that.
Yeah.
Forget. And to the listeners, to the new listeners here, we have guides, we have angels, we have
Yes.
loved ones that are around us all the time. So it's either you're tuned into it or not. So Gress
Yeah.
here is more tuned in than most of us, and that means she's more higher vibration. In order to tap into that higher realm,
Yeah.
you have to be more high vibrational. It's just kind of like an antenna, right? So
Yeah.
you can channel that or not. So yeah,
Yeah.
channel it, which is so cool. I'm still
Yeah.
to get myself there somehow.
Yeah. You will. You will. You will.
Exciting. So, did you want to do a little bit of mediumship right now for us?
Yeah. Okay. Let me see if I can. Oh, I can pick up on something. I don't know.
Okay, we could try. Let's see. So, it would just be cool to see how you channel. I know everybody else does it in their own ways, but for
Yeah.
anybody who has never seen this before, this could be their first time.
Okay. Let's see what my phone says, huh?
Yeah, and that's the funny thing is, I want to give people a little backstory if they don't know, but you were the first one to give me a mediumship about my dad. I haven't talked about my dad. He passed away almost 10 years ago this month. It will be,
Yeah.
and it was crazy. You told me about him and what he said, and it was very touching. And
Yeah.
that it was accurate, by the way. So today, because I don't.
Ooh. Why am I getting this? I'm getting a moon. I am getting a moon. I know this little person who's the apple of my eye. Wonder who could be that? Who could be that? Maybe your father, huh?
The apple of my eye?
Yeah, maybe you're his daughter.
Hmm.
Ah, oh. Yeah, he talks very highly of you.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, last time when you told me about my dad,
Yeah.
loving. He's always been super loving.
Yeah, I still feel that. Oh my god, what is this?
Very
Oh.
positive. He's always
Is he entering the room again? Oh. Right.
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of unsaid things that when he left or a relationship, in the Asian culture, we don't really talk about our feelings.
Like, yeah, getting never waste your feelings on people who don't value your emotions. Can you relate or not?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's funny. Oh my god. Right
Okay.
now, I'm having a dilemma with my older sister, and it's emotionally draining. So
Okay, tell me about it.
it's so funny that literally. So it's just we've always had that relationship where we don't see eye to eye. So this
Mhm.
is what I was saying earlier in
Mhm.
the episode was like, when you have someone come at you with negative energy, how do you?
Yeah.
Because you get trapped into their negative,
Yeah.
you go along with the ride, and
Yeah.
me being aware, I'm like, oh, I don't want that energy. I don't want it. Like, how do I step out and resolve that? So you said right now, reminding me.
Wait, I got something else. Sorry, when you start being real serious about your boundaries.
"Hmm,
Like, yeah, surprise. I'm not a people pleaser anymore. So let's see how cool we really are.
gosh, dude, that's what I did. I set my boundaries with her. I was like,
See?
usually,
See how this works? If we are in alignment, it's getting naturally. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't even need to recharge myself.
pretty crazy. Like, I
Yeah.
honestly put my boundary up with her, and
Yeah.
she didn't like the way I put my boundaries up, but you know what? This is for my own mental state, and
Yeah.
it's not about her, it's about me. And if she's bringing me down, I can't allow her to, right? Like, I
Yeah.
need to do what I need to do to set my boundaries to get myself high,
Exactly. Good job. Yeah.
right? Yeah, boundaries.
What else do you want me to know?
That is so funny.
What else? What else? What else? Yeah, like I said before, breathe in, peace, breathe out, love. Breathe in, breathe out, relax.
Yes, let's all do that.
Oh, here we go. I want you to know that blessings are being released into your life at this very moment. Some of you have been waiting and waiting, but the wait is over. Your breakthrough is here. See what I was talking about?
Say that again. Say that again.
I want, I want you to know that blessings are being released into your life at this very moment. Some of you have been waiting and waiting, but the wait is over. Your breakthrough is coming.
Yay! Oh my gosh.
The doors that were once closed are now wide open, and I'm guiding you toward a new season of prosperity. This is for the both of us, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody who's listening right now, that's the message for them as well, because they were
Yeah.
listen to this episode. Oh, this is good.
Yeah.
I truly believe.
Okay, see what we're doing? Okay, my soul is on a budget. I can't afford stress, deceit, negativity, doubt, disrespect, hate, drama, bad vibes.
Yes.
Again.
My mantra.
So let me just tell the listeners, I'm just getting messages through memes on Facebook. That's how I operate. But sometimes I can also go in trance. But that works slower. That works slower. But this one is really, yeah, this one is my favorite because it comes with flow, it comes with ease, it comes naturally. It comes in the spirit. But sometimes you also have to know that whenever you post pictures of yourself or your deceased loved ones, if there could be 10 mediums in a group, for example, if they don't feel anything, if they don't feel aligned, then then they're not coming true to them. Then there's maybe someone else, right? Who isn't part of the group yet, that is meant to come true. But I'm getting messages through symbols, through spirit animals, because sometimes I just how do I work is like, if you have a picture, then I screen to that picture, and sometimes I just see like signs, right? T-shirts with animals on them, and then I'm looking up on that animal, spirit animal, and then that animal is telling me about who that person was, the characteristics.
Wow.
And it has been right all the time. Sometimes I'm so amazed. I'm still getting into it, how accurate it can be sometimes. But of course, sometimes I may be wrong. Doesn't mean that because I'm still getting started. I'm still getting used to my gifts, how I'm getting my messages, and it happens when I'm not truly fully aligned. Ooh, yeah. I think that's all there is. I think for now.
Okay. I love it.
Yeah, here when it all clicks. When it all clicks, yeah, it is. There's something special that clicks into place when you finally realize how all those emotions that felt so scary, so shameful, so wrong, all they were asking for was you, right? You needed to show up for them. You're the number one.
Yeah.
But what we do is we tend to look outside ourselves.
Yeah. It's true.
In
But
fact, everything is within ourselves.
if you think about it, though, yes, it's within us, but we're so taught as a society, even at a young age,
Yeah.
to not know who we
Yeah.
are, right? You're going through that. You're learning
Yeah.
who you authentically are. I had to go through that journey to find who I am, and I took this leadership
Yeah.
training course lately that's
Yeah.
that within me. Like it unlocked it.
Mm.
It's like your authenticity, your true
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
is hidden, right? And then it's like releasing that trauma or
Yeah.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and here is something about confidence. Your confidence in yourself determines your faith in the universe. Trust within and all aligns.
Yeah. Ugh, I know that.
Is-
I know all of this.
What is this? What is this? Because that's what we've been talking about. Oh my god, and this is reflecting back in.
Yeah, it's reflecting our conversation of
Yeah, everything is according,
so of course this is confirming what we've talked about, which is
Yeah,
easy.
very beautiful.
Confidence though. And we lack a lot of
Yeah,
confidence within ourselves
yeah,
with what we.
yeah,
Yeah, so how do you really tap into your confidence? It's by working through those emotions. And that's why,
yeah. Working through those blocks. Yeah, exactly.
but emotional intelligence is so, so important though. It's like
Yeah,
knowing the awareness of why these emotions are showing up for you and what is
exactly,
doing.
exactly. And the best thing that you can do is what I always say is like um connect with yourself first, because when you learn how to connect with yourself, the deeper you go, the deeper you could show up for somebody else. It's about holding that space, because when you can hold yourself, you also create that space for somebody else.
So, this person who triggers me, I'm unable to space for them because I'm not grounded and aligned, right? I'm letting my trigger, my emotions get the best of me. So I'm unable to hold that container for that person.
Yes.
So then,
So what you need to do is find out what's triggering you, sit with it, connect with it, and when you find that I'm always talking about switches.
okay.
Everybody who comes into our lives, whether colleagues,
Mhm,
whether friends,
mhm.
I've had multiple soul connections, and sometimes I find the switches sooner with person A, and sometimes person B takes 10 years, for example. And maybe I'm starting to think maybe we met each other in past lives.
Probably there has to.
And there's a reason that this person is showing up to resolve things in this life, right? To try to resolve the past with whether the karma, maybe the karma, because you have pay attention, because sometimes I feel like that person A is triggering you, that causes a separation. But when you finally able to find that switch, you can after a month, let's say after 2 months, that person shows up again, and then it's crazy. You get along, you click, you click better than ever. Or it can also happen that that person isn't coming back anymore, that their story is over because you resolved the trigger. So it can go in both ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like everybody has an energy switch. That's how I experienced it, and how I can best explain it.
Okay, so if that person is triggering you, you go and sit with it, digest
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
however, and
yeah. But if you're not ready,
then,
then it's your choice. Then nothing is resolved, right? The situation status quo.
yeah.
You run, you run.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's why it's so important to face those fears, the triggers, all of the emotions, because when you do, you release that energy that you're carrying from yourself. It's the same with forgiveness.
How do you forgive when the other person is also not ready to grow and to change?
Um, tough question.
Yeah, see, that's where
Because
I'm
oh man, this is an interesting conversation.
I know
I
it.
love this. I love this because I still am going through pain with my father. It's hard. Because he recently did something I'm not going to go into it with detail, but it's like every time that I want to let him back in, he does something again. You know what I mean? And then he expects me, the daughter, right? There is not an equal give and take, right? And I have had like 2 conversations with him. I spoke my truth. I spoke what was going on, and it got off of my chest. Yes, but I wonder. I ask myself this question over and over again. Am I still waiting for him to take responsibility? Am I waiting for him that he finally sees and learn from his mistakes? Is it that what I'm still struggling with? Yeah, it's natural. Everybody struggles with that. But I want to like get along. Yeah, I want to get along, but like I said before, we cannot. It's not a race. We have to choose ourselves first. Because if we don't go through that pain first, if we go in that circle too soon again, yeah, we might end up risking to get hurt again. You know?
Yeah. So you're the same with your father. So you're having expectations, like you want a good relationship, but then he's
Yeah.
not doing it, right? Like,
Yeah, I feel like 10-15% isn't seeing it yet. And also what also bothers me is when I text him or call him,
Mhm.
he expects that everything is all right. You know what I mean? Everything is sunshine.
Mhm.
We can go further. But I've told him I still need my space. I need my space to work through the emotions because it's too intense. If I face him now, it will all come out again. But maybe that's exactly what I need to do.
Yeah. Let all your emotions out. Don't restrict yourself.
Yeah, but it's hard. It's really hard, you know. I don't.
We're a mirror for each other.
I.
Gosh.
You know what? And I'll get there when I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'll get there. But I don't want to give him the idea that it's all roses and sunshine.
Yeah.
I keep him. I keep him at a distance because of that. Because I'm scared that yeah, and again. I'm scared that he is gonna step on my heart again. You know. And I'm allowed. I'm allowed to have that fear.
Yeah.
But I also know that true healing only happens when you see connection.
Yeah.
When you dare to speak openly what's bothering you, what your feelings are. But nobody taught us about our feelings, right? Nobody taught us that.
Yeah.
And this is me still figuring it out.
Yeah, but what if the other person is not receptive to hearing it, right? Like
Right.
that's another thing.
What if the other person is running from it?
Yeah, of course they're running from it. They're deflecting. They love to make excuses. Always
They want to be the victim?
back to you, right? Like making everything your
Yeah.
problem,
Yeah.
right?
So
So,
I'm just trying to figure this out internally, and maybe I just have to tell him that we have to do this step by step.
yeah.
Maybe part of me is also controlling a little bit. You know what I mean? Keeping him at a distance. I am taking that lead, deciding when he can enter, when he cannot. But who am I to decide, right? Yeah, I know I'm going to figure this out on my own pace
Yeah.
because there's still something that's missing from my side. I have to take like accountability for it as well. You know.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with it when the pain is still too much and too intense?
Yeah.
When somebody really stepped on your toes and broke your heart.
Yeah.
Oh my god. No.
It's hard, but you gotta face
Yeah.
fear, conquer it.
Yeah.
This is good. Wow.
Yeah, because people around me say move on. That's in the past. But how do you move on, huh? Tell me. Is there some kind of drug? Is there some I would do it right away. I would do everything right away. But I know from experience, true healing cannot be wrong. Because when it is, you could fall into the back into the right patterns again.
Mm-hmm.
You can fall right back in. You know what they say? Slow and steady wins a race.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather do it like that than blow it up again.
Yeah. Yep, that's true.
But I also have to acknowledge: am I being too cautious? Am I being too careful? Should I not take that risk?
Yeah, but what are you ready for? I think that's
That's the question, yeah.
yeah, and how much of the inner healing have you done? How much of the capacity can you actually hold, right?
Yeah. But it's also you know that saying, you don't have to see the whole staircase, you have to start walking.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that, right? Yeah, maybe I should start walking, allow everything to come up, and just be. And maybe I'm just afraid to show my vulnerable self.
Mm. Yeah, that could be it. Yeah,
That
why?
could be it.
But why are you so scared to show your vulnerable self? Because you
I don't know. Because there's no blockage. In the end, we all will realize there's no blockage.
yeah.
There's nothing. A question for the listeners: what would you do when nothing was blocking? What would you do when you don't need that permission from somebody else? What would you do? How far would you go?
Yeah, you would just go to the finish line if there's nothing blocking you.
Yeah, you're limitless.
Yeah.
You're limitless, but we didn't grow up like that.
Well, it's
We
because
did.
our society.
Yeah, Matrix. We have to find that courage to step out of that. And that's when what you said comes in. What means being ready? What does that mean?
Yeah. When you're ready to conquer your fear, when you're ready to take it head on.
Because actually, you don't have to be ready. You don't have to be.
I mean, yeah, you could just do it, but for the most part, if you just go in and blindfolded, usually
Yeah, because what happens?
did.
Okay, what if? Let's put it this way. Um, what if you decide to go for it? What if you do XYZ? Yeah, because you're afraid to be seen. You're afraid to be vulnerable. You're afraid to speak your truth because other people aren't gonna like it. Those things are gonna pop up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, it happened to me. It happened to me. But somebody told me you are still the writer of your own story. You are in charge.
Yeah.
And we should not give that power to somebody else. We should, like we said before, we should allow those fears to come up. Because if we do, then they get released and you get from point A to B. And then B is gonna give you other feelings, other energy releases, blocks that you need to be dealing with, and then you get to point C. But in my eyes, I'm talking about a lot of quotes here, a lot of memes. Because here's another one: what matters is the journey, not the outcome, right? Why are we so often attached to the outcome? Why don't we just enjoy ourselves, enjoy the ride, right?
Yeah. Well, that's we're taught. We're taught to do this and
Yeah,
come.
exactly.
Yeah. So we can't go along with the ride. It's hard.
Yeah.
Or it's not hard, I guess it's just you're not used to that. It's just not
Yeah. But what do we want? You know, we all want that connection.
Yeah.
We all want that connection. But what happens is that trauma gets in the way. We're scared. We run. We chase. That's the other side of running, but chasing is also like running because it's a different way of running. It's the same, but it's like a different way. You still run from your pain. And when are we actually daring to tell somebody else, hey, yeah, you need love? When do we actually express that? When do we actually allow somebody in to connect with our pain?
Yeah, not often. You usually do it by yourself.
I think, yeah, yeah. And I'm used to do it by myself because what do I end up telling myself is nobody will understand.
Mm-hmm.
See, again, that's the block that I'm creating.
Yeah. And so that's what happens.
Instead of just trying, and without expectations, without that block, without that thoughts, just do. Just get into that action.
Yeah.
But it's all in that subconscious. You know, like 70% we don't know what we're doing. We're not even aware. But that awareness comes through the triggers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. True.
Whoa, man, we're getting deep here.
I know. Yeah. And the triggers are what comes up for you to
Yeah,
through those emotions, and then but it's all a full circle then. It's all a full circle, right? It's true. I love it. This is really good. But even with your subconscious, that's why it's so
yeah,
good to bring the subconscious into your conscious so you can be aware of it. And then you can work through that.
yeah,
And so this
yeah,
awareness is so important. So then you can
yeah. And that's where energy frequency comes in
There
to make it to make it conscious.
Yeah.
But it's also when you start understanding yourself, you start to have empathy for somebody else. Because yeah, I'm like an empath, high sensitive,
Yeah.
and sometimes I can see the pattern living in somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I can see that. And then I'm reminding myself, oh yeah, this person must have been gone through it. So I take a step back and then say it has to do with the both of us.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just what they have gone through. So like we said before, it's reflecting also something that I have gone through. And it's enough that one of the person is working through it. You know what I mean? One of the person can shift the energy. Doesn't mean that the other person doesn't have to do the work, huh?
Yeah, they will have to, but yeah,
No.
that one person to shift that around. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can be that.
And that's how important it is to start doing it because you can change it. You can change it, and that's we so often hear about the divine timing, but the divine timing is about time. It's about when we start working on our energy and when our energy aligns with the opportunities for us. Because everything has been there, but we've been blocking it all along.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. I'm discovering my own energy and my own powers, which is pretty cool. And then
Nice.
doing your own self work too. And so all the listeners here is on that journey too of empowering
Yeah.
themselves to unlocking
Yeah.
potential, their power, which is so cool, right? But
Yeah, we deserve to rise.
yeah,
We deserve it. Yeah.
we all deserve to live in our true power, which a lot of
Yeah.
us are not, right? It's insane.
No.
It's so crazy how our world has shifted into like us not even knowing the matrix is doing its job. It really is. And down and
Yeah, and it's hard sometimes to live around sleeping people. No judgment, but it's really hard.
yeah,
It is.
it is. So you coming here today talking about energy work, talking about mediumship and just teaching us about awareness. It's so amazing. Thank you, Gresson, for being here. I'm so honored.
It's great.
Last but not least, where can the listeners find more about you and your work? and if they can download some frequencies from you. Okay, I know you're putting some out there, which is pretty cool. So yeah.
Yeah, I've started, but I have to respect the pace of the listeners as well. So I am um separating their pace with my pace, and I'm trying to upload a track every month. Because sometimes they say like it's 21 days before a habit starts kicking, right?
Mhm.
So I'm respecting that. But for me, it has been a roller coaster. And yeah, for me, it has been a little bit faster than that. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, we'll just put down the links
Okay.
below.
Yeah.
Uh,
You already sent them to me, but usually, if you have a website,
yeah, we'll just put them below, and then listeners can find it on their own pace.
sounds good.
Yeah,
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And
you're welcome.
this is exciting. I can't wait for my
Yeah.
listeners to hear this episode. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me on Ignite Your Power, the Kathy Mao podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, take a deep breath and know this: you're exactly where you're meant to be. If you're feeling called to go deeper, I'd love to support you. You can work with me one-on-one or book a numerology guidance card reading with me. All are in the show links below. And if this episode supported you in any way, please share with someone who needs it, leave a review, or take a screenshot and tag me on social media. Your support helps this message reach more souls who are ready to step into their power. Until next time, keep choosing yourself, keep trusting your journey, and keep living your bliss soft life. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!